3.
Welcome to night 3, PGF season 3, Wednesday night. So this is the pre-show leading up to our games that are going to be starting at 6 p.m. So make sure that you guys stay in the chat, watching all night long.
All
Until
night.
10:30 or 11.
At least.
Right.
Probably later.
Okay. So the first thing let's talk about, it's going to be our top 8. So let's do a rundown of the top 8 competitors. All right, number 1, Elijah Carlton has 26 points. Manning Leverett has 23 points. Caleb McAllister in 3rd place with 18 points. Gio Ortiz in 4th place, 17 points. Kevin Sherrill, 5th place with 16. Well, actually, 5th and 6th place, we have a tie. Kevin Sherrill, 16. Jonathan Roberts, 16. Kevin Buring, 15 points. All right, Keelan's got 14. I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and look at that. Did he get that team point on there? And then Dane Leake has 12. That might be my bad. So that's the top 8. Those guys, if it ended right now, those guys would be going to the finale. But let's talk about, because we've got several other games. Okay. So let's talk about who is right underneath that 8th spot right there. So right now with 8 points, we've got Mario Gayor. So he's behind. He's trailing Dane Leake by 4 points. All right, but Egghead brought up a good point that I actually didn't think of, that
Mario Gayor is part of Team
Team Toehold.
Toehold, which has run away with the team points every day. So pretty sure you know he's going to make up at least 2 of those points. So at least he's only down by 2 then, essentially.
Right. So on the schedule tonight for Mario, he's got Noah, Longer, and Primo. All right. And then, so to catch up with Dane Leake, he needs 4 points. But then Dane Leake, let's talk about his schedule. He's got Scarecrow of Doom, Randy Roden, and Gio.
Whew.
All right. So let's say Mario with 8 points, possible get that team point, probably getting the team point.
Yeah.
All right. What do you see as far as Mario getting points with those 3 guys, Noah, Longer, and Primo?
Here's the thing: the Longer versus Mario match that's been something we've been looking forward to for a while, because Kiahi, who's Mario's student but also works with Longer, said that Longer is salty as can be from his loss at that Louisville qualifier, and he's been looking forward to getting back on Mario for quite a while. So I don't know. But remember, we knew that Mario was actually losing that match to Longer for the vast majority of their match in Louisville qualifier, and he just kind of pulled out that Hail Mary double outside Ashi ankle lock. Well, he fooled me once, okay, but does he have another one of those tricks up his sleeve? So I don't know. I mean, I think he might get Noah though with a break. So I'll give him that. Okay. Primo though, first rule of PGF Fantasy: you don't bet against Primo. So I don't think he's making up a lot of points tonight.
You talk about Mario being salty, but Kevin right now is super salty. Ever since we gave him that brown belt, it's just been like, like a salt bay, like throwing salt all over the place. So, yes, don't bet against Kevin Primo. Okay, so let's talk about Dane Leake's schedule right here. Scarecrow of Doom, Randy Roden, and Gio. So what are you guys thinking about, Steven? What are you thinking about those matchups for Dane Leake tonight?
Over the last few days, I've really become a big Dane Leake fan. We've gotten to know him over a little bit more, being around him, talking to him a little bit one-on-one. He's really solid fundamentally. He's a little bit undersized, though, with a lot of these dudes. And Gio, definitely a lot bigger. Randy, who was over 200 pounds yesterday, definitely a lot bigger. And I think he can score on both of those guys, but when I was really being honest, I had to give a 0 to both of those. So if he's going to score tonight, he can score on Matt Harrison, and I think he's going to be able to get in there. He's probably going to get his back, and I think he's going to be able to get the 6 at least on probably getting to the back and choking the Scarecrow.
See, I think that with Randy, when he comes in very low, and he has his head low as well. So there's a possibility that he might be able to get that bolt cutter triangle that he's known for. Now, granted, as you said, Randy Roden's walking at more than 200 pounds right now, and Dane Leak weighed in with his jeans on. So we're talking about 35 plus pounds advantage for Randy, plus being a D1 wrestler, which means he's super strong. So that's gonna be really tough. But the Gio one, I mean, we can talk about it later, but man, that Gio versus Dane Leak matchup, that's something I wanted to see all season. Very happy to be the first match for both of them for tonight. So you're going to have two guys with multiple wins in the ADCC East trials, just national level competitors. That should be really exciting.
So, I mean, but looking at this, at the schedule for Randy with Dane, if he can zero Dane out even, he's got Josh Gibbs replacing DeWitt tonight, who may be a good, favorable matchup for him to give up some points. I think if Josh shows up a little bit the way he did last night, though, he may be having Randy on his heels some more than we might expect. Mm-hmm. But I think that's an opportunity for Randy to put some points on the board. And then Tyler versus Randy. I think Tyler's not really shown as much as I would hope for from him, and I think Randy may be able to get a 6 there. So if he can put together 3 or so on Josh, maybe, or 3 on Dane, plus 6 on Tyler, he's right there tied in, at Dane's level at 12 or so points.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So if he's able to zero out Dane Leak, and then maybe Dane gets breaks or goes to a draw, then
he's had a tough time with some of these guys getting a score. Like he's being very good and dominating some positions, but they're able to defend and get back to a better position. We saw that a lot with the Primo match. He was really frustrated that he wasn't able to get the finish there.
But going back to the original question, to answer it, I don't think Mario makes up those points difference between him and Dane Leak tonight.
Okay.
Do you think he makes them up at all, though?
I will freely admit we've been going so heavy and hard right now. I looked at it initially for my picks for tomorrow, but I didn't before.
Well, I'm putting you on the spot right now. Sean said that his top 5 guys are going to make the playoffs. Do you think? So you're saying Sean's the wrong?
Leak is going to make it over Mario.
You're saying Sean Applegate's wrong?
Sean Applegate is wrong in one thing.
All right. Okay.
One thing.
I didn't say that.
I got it. He's a jiu-jitsu Yoda. I got it.
Okay.
But he's wrong on this one. He went a bridge too far, buddy.
Okay.
And I'll tell you guys that Sean did a 1-hour seminar on guard passing this afternoon. And if you join the channel, it's going to be uploaded to the channel so that you can see that seminar. So make sure that you're looking underneath the video there for the join button. If you're on a PC or a laptop, it should be right underneath the video. And I think on an iPhone, you have to exit out of the chat, and then maybe you'll be able to see the join button. But join the channel. I think the cheapest option is 99 cents a month, and then
Bread eater.
Yeah, and then you'll have access to exclusive videos and seminars like Sean Applegate seminar. So that's an amazing benefit. 99 cents a month. Come on.
It's
nothing.
A school you can train at. They film their classes often, and it'll be available there. So if you want to have the ability to follow their curriculum, you can. I've taken advantage before myself.
Yeah, and I think that's one unique thing about 10th Planet Decatur is we like to plan things out. A lot of jiu-jitsu schools just go, what am I teaching tonight? But Brandon actually plans it out, and he strategizes what we need to be working on. What do our competitors need to be working on? So it's beneficial, I promise. You won't miss that 99 cents a month. All right, let's talk about our 2 leaders here. So I want to talk about Manning first and his schedule for tonight. So Manning has 23 points. He's only 3 points behind our leader, Elijah Carlton. And so Manning tonight has Jonathan Roberts, David Evers, and Tyler Woolsey. So what do you see happening with Manning tonight, you guys? What's your predictions?
I got 6 points. I think he gets the kill against Woolsey.
Okay.
As far as Elbow Genie and Evers, honestly, I think Elbow Genie gets him just because he's dealing everywhere. And Evers, I chalk up to a draw, but Evers could catch him. I don't know if he's going to get Evers. I mean, we saw Dane Leak get Evers, but that's the only one so far. I think Elijah's going to get Evers tonight. But with this body type, it's going to take a unique individual to be able to submit David Evers.
Yeah, I actually have a 0 down for that one, too, just because I think it's going to be a match that maybe Manning is going to look in control of and maybe very dominant in even but it's going to be a hard time to put him away and get points on him. And then I just realized that I never went back and actually put a score down for him and Jonathan Roberts in their match on either one of their things when I went in. That's how long I guess I deliberated on that match to see what it was going to be, because it's a toss-up to me, because both of those guys have looked incredibly sharp when they're on, but then they've also, I mean, not but the one match I guess for Manning where he got caught slipping by Caleb last night, but Jonathan, man, he's finding himself just like in that beautiful butterfly guard a few times and just getting on top, and he keeps getting these breaks consistently just like before. I don't know, man. It's really hard for me to pick that, and so I have 6 for him for Woolsey tonight also. But I don't think that's going to be enough to keep up and pass Elijah for sure.
No.
Okay. Did either one of y'all recognize that submission that Elijah hit? I didn't even know what happened. I was
You
like,
mean
did he
Caleb,
tap?
right?
Caleb.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Caleb.
No
hit
one did.
Right, on
No one
Manning.
did.
I was like, what?
No.
He
But
tapped?
It's like some kind of straight arm bar from when
He says some like old school catch wrestling,
Yeah.
but he said he's gonna do a breakdown for the channel. So all of you that have been rewinding, just trying to figure that stuff out, you will get the answer.
Yes, looking forward to that, because I didn't see it. I didn't know what was happening. All right, and then our leader, Elijah Carlton. Let's talk about his matchups tonight. So tonight, he's got David Evers as well. So David Evers is going to be very integral, an integral part of, who's first, who's second coming into tomorrow. So Elijah has David Evers, Isaac Stackhouse, and Gio.
So we talked to Elijah this morning during the Dream Show Live, and I pointed out to Elijah, like, hey, Dane Leake got David Evers with that bolt cutter triangle. I said, Elijah, your triangle is supposed to be the best move in the PGF. So if there's anyone that can actually follow that up, it should be you. And he kind of hedged a little bit. He's like, oh, yeah. But maybe I'll just leg lock him, just to prove a point. I don't know.
He's being a little stubborn there.
I'll be honest, he seemed like he would, speaking of Elijah, didn't really seem like he was excited for the challenge of these guys. It seemed like he just expected to go out here and be able just to do his thing and didn't really need to be concerned with David or Isaac or with Gio tonight. I was really kind of surprised and didn't even I think that was the one time I didn't have anything to say during the show when he was like just deadpan, not being disrespectful. He's like, Gio's my buddy, we train together, I respect him a lot as a competitor, but I beat him 7 times. And I was like, oh. And you're like, but what about the 6-minute rule set? He's like, I beat him in under 6 minutes. And he was not being like, he wasn't trying to be cocky, he was just being honest. And in that moment I was like, oh wow, well that changes the way I thought about that match too a little bit, because he was hedging himself on other things, but definitely with that you felt him be confident in that moment. So I have Elijah getting 15.
Okay, 15. We got a super confident bad guy coming into tonight. That's pretty dangerous. That's pretty exciting too, though. But yeah, we shall see how those matchups come. And okay, so I heard tale of possibly Elijah maybe sitting and allowing his sub for his team to come in and letting Kiai come in and do some matches.
That's kind of what I'm saying, is like he just kind of seemed like he wasn't really interested in the challenge of the people that are coming up. He's like, I'm going to go out here and do what I do tonight and then, get into the finale and stuff like that. But, yeah, he was thinking about letting Kiai go Thursday because it doesn't really necessarily benefit him to go those 3 extra hard matches to get into the playoffs if he thinks he's going to be able to submit everybody anyway once he gets to the finals.
Here's the funny thing, though. I mean, we've heard that Team Toehold with Sean Applegate wants to get his sub in, and he told us that all the rest of the guys all want to be in. And so, maybe Elijah's like, oh, I don't really care. He threw in a lot of hedging in there, like, oh, I've no sleep, no water, no food, all this stuff. I'm not getting paid more. All these excuses built in, and then I pull up the schedule and I see what's on Thursday night. Who do you think's on losing Thursday night, Steven? I'll give you 2 guesses. Who do you think's on? Who's his opponent that he might be worried about on Thursday night?
Maybe Caleb?
He's in our Airbnb.
Oh, is it Dane? You think
Dane Leaks on Thursday night.
You think Dane's in his head?
I don't know. That's somebody he doesn't know. He's never matched up against. He's matched up against Gio, as he said, 7 times. I got this guy. We asked him about Caleb multiple times. Oh, I got this
didn't
guy.
even think about that.
He's never. It's an unknown. It's an unknown national level competitor, black belt. So you think he's trying to duck him?
I mean, duck him? Ooh. I'll ask him. I'll ask him and see what he says tonight. If he gets over there in the winner's circle after he gets through with some of these other guys, I'll see exactly what he says about Dane. I would be incredibly shocked to hear that the bad guy would duck someone.
I would be shocked too. Do you even think he knows who's on the schedule?
He might be like, who is Dane Lee? You know?
That would be a great response for him.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know that, you know.
Who the fuck is that guy, right?
Right?
You know?
That's who he is, you know.
Good.
He's the PGF legend already, right? 2 seasons deep. He's only lost 2 matches throughout the whole thing. Only lost to Hunter Colvin. That's it. Nobody else has been able to best him. Hunter Colvin's not here. Hunter Colvin's not in the room.
Yeah.
So what is anybody else going to be able to pull off? I don't know. I think Elijah is just kind of, talking the way he wants to talk a little bit to maybe downplay everybody and make it seem like he's not into the game. The dude's not a dummy, and he's not somebody that's just going to let someone beat him either, despite whatever he may have said on the Dream Show Live this morning. I don't know. I would be very surprised to say that he's ducking Dane, but they're definitely going to have to run into each other if they get into the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And womp, 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 new member, Yaya Daston. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Welcome to the channel.
What's up?
All right, so speaking of subs, though, if Elijah does use Kiai, speaking of subs, what about Evan DeWitt tonight? Is he back?
No, he's done. We saw him on at Sean's seminar. He was in basically street clothes. He was on the side. I mean, if you can't be on the mat for a seminar, just learning a little bit of technique, then yeah, probably not going to be there.
Yeah. Keelan, I'm hearing some music.
Oh my gosh.
I gotta make right decisions. Everyone gon' make mistakes. How you gon' take from your brother and turn a smile in his face? You trying to get out.
Okay, so Evan's not going to reappear. Let's talk about a few things that happened last night that are brand new. Okay, so the commish came and he made a ruling that from henceforth and in the future shall be twisters and executioners are going to be kills. They are going to be 6 points apiece. Twisters and executioners. And so he said retroactively that Sam Barbosa's twister from last season is going to be awarded 6 points. So
This keeps happening to me too.
Let's see. I don't know if those extra 3 points are going to do anything for Sam
I
from
don't
last
think
year,
so.
but
I don't think so.
there you go, buddy. You got 3 more. You're still second, I guess, in the
So
regular season.
he allowed the chat to speak, and so twisters are now 6 points.
But so then this opens up a little bit of the controversy maybe to other things where what is the criteria for when we're going to give out a choke versus a crank, because there's a lot of times where someone's definitely tapping to their neck being cranked in a situation and they're getting the 6 because we're going to agree that it's a choke because you would eventually choke them, kind of, right? So I'm just curious what the line's going to end up being, because you could say any crank is going to eventually kill you to the certain point, but someone in the chat mentioned last night that it takes like 1,000 pounds of force to be able to break someone's neck or whatever.
What?
I'm not a scientist. I don't know. I'm just reading the comments and like thinking about what other people maybe smarter than me say.
Yeah, I don't
you
know.
know how those comments are, man. There's some smart people in the
I
comments.
think that's fake news, bud.
Personally, if you put your arms around my neck and I'm not able to
Is that
get my
wrong?
defenses back in, I'm gonna say you killed me. And
So
Yeah,
here's my
I'm
logic
gonna,
here.
I'm gonna tap though. That's what I'm saying. And then the tap is one thing, but then is it a kill for 6 points, or is it
and when you ask
the break?
the competitor that tapped, well, of course they're they're trying to get points as well. No, that
that's
was
what I'm
just
saying.
a
Trying to
crank.
help out their
You
team.
know,
yeah.
that was
that's
just
what
a
I'm
crank.
saying. What was that, man? It was like, it's definitely a crank. Then
They're
If
not
I
gonna
if I get
go.
to choose, right?
Right.
So that's all I'm saying.
All right, but here's the thing.
What's
okay.
the criteria?
A crank we've counted a crank as a kill, and so if
I'm not mad at
if you
it.
manipulate my head left or right, we've been counting that as a kill. So with executioner, you're twisting my head back. It's the same neck getting broken. Any neck break should be a kill.
It's just the same thing that we argued last season with the twister. We had a big thing about it when Sam hit that twister last season here in the room. We tried to argue the same point, and we were shut down by Brandon here in the room. So that's the thing I'm saying. It's like
But
we're-
showing the power of the people, though. The people spoke,
Hey,
and he has
we're people
revised.
too.
The people
You're
got
not
what they
the
wanted.
people.
The people got what they wanted. All right, another new thing, which I think is so cool and so amazing, is we are going to have a such and such battle rama for
Yes.
our alternates. And the reason why we're naming it such and such is they came in and they said whatever is lacking in through the donations, I want the winner to get $1,000.
Boom.
$1,000
Man.
for the alternates. This is awesome. I love this. So a Thursday night, we're going to do an alternate battle rama sponsored by such and such. And you guys in the chat too. You guys last night were so amazing. There were several people giving $100, $50. So you guys are absolutely amazing, supporting our alternates. That some are getting in, some are getting chances to get some matches, some are taking advantage of open mats at noon, but they're going to get to do a little tournament, and I'm super pumped about that.
For sure.
How crazy is it that getting picked in the 6th round, they now have a chance to win more money than the guys in the 5th round, the 4th round, the 3rd round, maybe even the 1st round. I have to check my math, but I think the replacement guys, they just made out because of you.
Right.
No,
You guys in the
definitely.
chat and our sponsors.